We're live, by the way. We're, hey, we're live, so press record on your side. All right, and nobody's here yet. Um, so let me start this real quick. I'm gonna open up the you. There you go. Open up YouTube Studio. All right, gang. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through how to basically record a whole podcast and chop it up in DaVinci. And I asked my homie Luis to come through so that way he could be here while I did it real quick. Of course, I should have restarted, which I didn't do because my Stream Deck right now be hella mad and it's not switching profiles when it's supposed to switch profiles, which drives me nuts. I hate when it does that. Anyway, Stream Deck XL. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go into live Demio mode real quick, and I'm just gonna open up the YouTube dashboard so I can see what the hang I'm doing. Hey, what up, Twisty? What is up, home girl? How are you? Oh my god, I like seeing my little sis pop up. All right, so I got default profile. Do I know you, Paul? Block her in the chat before she say something crazy. I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't do that, Paul. You know Paul would take that seriously and try to ice you out real quick. So I'm just opening up the YouTube studio so I can see what's up. Parker, how are you doing, brother? It's been a hot minute. Get here, and I'm going into YouTube studio just so I can watch just in case anything goes crazy. And of course, now is not the time for my voice to do anything dumb. All right, so here we are. First thing I'm gonna need to do is add Louis screen because we're using Zoom. So I'm bringing him in through Zoom, and then I'm going to assign him to guest one. Boom. Paul said, I'm more afraid of her than you. I would hope so. I'm more afraid of her than me, too. All right, so now I'm going to make a quick podcast scene real quick. The solid background is kind of dope. Let's just use the blue. All right. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to bring in myself as a camera, and I'm going to add a little border. I will use the chat message to get a border. So copy that, click on that, and paste the settings. Boom, simple as pie. Got a little border. And are we on custom? Oh, even better. We're on custom. So I'm going to temporarily turn off hide chat after 15 seconds. And I'm going to put Paul back up there so I can see. And then I'm going to drag this over to put El Boogie up in here. That's you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Lauryn Hill. Wow, El Boogie up in here. Oh God, now the song is gonna come to me in a minute. And we're gonna, for the sake of doing this DaVinci, like basically to show you how to do this in DaVinci, I'm not gonna reframe Luis. I'm gonna just leave it kind of jacked up. We're not worried about that part. It's the overall process that we worried about. Okay? Okay. I just want to say that real quick. I'm going to do something real cheaty right here. This is just something that I do sometimes when I'm being lazy and I don't feel like busting out my guide frames. I'm going to put that there and put that there and then tap Luis in. Okay. Double check my math. Tap this back one because Alec freaking Johnson will notice the 1 pixel off. That bitch. you know, you know he will, right? That's the edge. Click me, tap it in. All right, cool. Now we are pixeled up. This is just super silly. This is good to go for what we're going to do. I am going to do one more thing. I'm going to select both of these. you, you know what I just thought of, Luis? The other day, I was
But
talking. I was talking to Karen, and then I asked her if she knew about the legend of both of these. And she almost fell for it. But shockingly, because Karen is normally not good at these kind of things, shockingly,
Mhm.
she got it, bro. Shockingly, she got it. And it just made me crack up laughing so hard. I was like, you know,
That's such
both.
a good. That's such a good story. People should
It's
look
like
that up.
the Greek, the
And
Greek god,
Kevin is cracking up.
the Greek god of both of these. And then she was like, why you keep? Wait a minute. Do you mean both of these nuts? And I was like, damn, she caught me. She caught me. She's not good at. She's not about these kind of things. She doesn't have any heinous ass friends. So I just really thought for sure she wouldn't know, but she figured it out. So then yesterday, not even trying to be funny, one of our customers brought us back some Japanese snacks, and there's something called an isao peanut. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like a peanut, and it has like a cracker type crust on it, and then when you eat it, you get the peanut flavor, but you get the kind of cracker flavor, which is not like a white cracker, like a Ritz cracker. Sorry, Kevin, not like that kind of cracker, but I mean like a crunchy
Yeah,
outside.
like a
Yeah,
oyster cracker.
yeah, sometimes they'll put wasabi. Sometimes they'll put like nori, the seaweed flavor. Sometimes this one was a black pepper, and she knows I'm a fan of black pepper everything, right? So it was like soy sauce, which we say shoyu. It was like shoyu and black pepper flavor, peanut in the inside, and so she had when you just pack the thing, it comes with all these snacks in it. Each one is different flavors, so you don't know which one you're gonna get. And so she had thought I hadn't run across that yet, so she saved me some in the package so that I could taste it. And then it was funny because when she's like, "Oh, you got to try these out," and I was like, "What?" And there was just like two of them. And I was like, "No, no, go ahead, try these." I'm like, "Are you trying to be funny?" And she's like, "No, I just wanted you to taste it because it's black pepper." And I was like, "Are you trying to tell me to try these nuts?" And then she didn't even get it right away, so that's why I know it was super random. I was like, you're not gonna catch me out. Like you're not gonna catch me out. I'm faster than that." But she said, she said, "I'm not Louise." That's why it was funny. Because she said I'm not Louise.
She threw me under the bus. All right, I see.
Listen, we came here to do something. Stop clowning. Stop clowning. Okay. Okay, we're gonna breathe it out. All right, gang. So now
All
all
right,
we're
all
gonna
right,
do,
right,
all we're gonna do
right.
is this is perfect for what we're gonna do. We're not gonna worry about the title and all the other crap. I just want you to see the flow of recording. The first thing we're gonna do is make sure that we go inside Ecamm Live preferences. I can't stop laughing right now. Wow, dude, you zoomed that joint all the way in. Back it up. Oh, I zoomed it all the way into the Beard Wonder too. All right, we're gonna click on recording, and I got camera A. That's me, right? And then I got Zoom interview guest, and that's Luis. For the audio, I want my primary microphone, which, as you can see from Chia, is the Rodecaster Duo Shat, right? And then put that back where you came from. I can just use Moom. Stop tripping. And I have interview guest, which is going to be Luis. All right. The way we have this set up on my Rodecaster Pro, we won't get into that complication, but we should be fine audio wise here. Okay. I am going to name my recording when the recording starts. Okay. And then other than that, we're good to go. I did put back on the part where I let my comments go away automatically after 15 seconds. So let me just test that because Parker over here talking spicy. Thank you, Parker. I appreciate you, boss. Never mind what Luis said about you. We're going to come out. And then, all right, I'm doing this. I am streaming at 1080 on this point because I just wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any drama. Luis is playing with the dang focus. I don't know what the frick he's doing, but he needs to stop.
I'm focusing.
You need to focus, dog. Paul said, "Were they seasoned nuts?"
I'm no longer blurry.
From a creator maker show happening this weekend. It's called Open Sauce. Some of your homies are gonna be here with like opens and oh, that's dope, bro. That is super super dope. If you get a chance, go through and say what's up. In theory, I could put our names and stuff on here right now. I'm not going to sweat that. I could also do that in Resolve. You guys know that part. This is more or less about the Resolve part. So I'm going to take off the Ecamm situation. Who ping ponging me right now? Paul,
That's Paul.
you are
That's wrong,
you are
Paul.
one of 3 people that can bust through my VIP when I'm on Do Not Disturb. Don't bust through.
To ruin it. To ruin it.
Why? Why? Paul, why? damn it, you're one of the only people that can bust through do not disturb, you jerk. Do not abuse the power. With great power come great responsibility. God damn it. Now I can't stop laughing again. I was almost back to normal.
Okay.
I can't even repeat what he said. That's what's so jacked up.
I know. That's why I said, like, I read it over here because it popped up in a bubble, and I'm like, that's just wrong,
It's
Paul.
almost
That's
as
just
bad
wrong.
as JP and freaking Brandon talking about. Never mind. Let me stop. Okay, I'm coming out of.
Exactly.
Ooh, no, no, don't go clean shot. See, my Ecamm is not switching profiles. I'll use the virtual stream deck because I pressed the button to go out of live demo mode and it went clean shot X because my stream deck is high. I was harassing Paul about stream deck and ever since then my stream deck has been smoking liquid cocaine. Okay. No, he didn't say some spicy nuts, Kevin, but it's close.
Exactly.
Oh, community, y'all behave. I'm trying to teach people. Jesus Christ. All right. Jesus Christ. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm going to show you. I forgot to show you this real quick. Come back to Ecamm. Press on this. I'm going to start and stop this recording so we get a fresh record. Okay, so I just turned that off. In Ecamm at the top, if you're unfamiliar, you can start and stop the recording in the middle of a live stream. Okay, as a backup, actually, I'm going to start and stop the Zoom recording. I don't know if you guys will hear this or not.
Recording stopped.
And
I
then
heard it.
I'm going to turn it back on. Should I record to the cloud or the computer? I'm going to record to the cloud. Paul,
Recording in progress.
Paul, don't delete my damn cloud recording, you jerk. Okay, so now I'm going to go record.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay, go ahead. Then I'll hit record all broadcasts on this side. Got it?
Recording.
All right, so record.
Do you want to swear in?
No, we don't need to for DaVinci because it basically is going to go off the length of the recording. Okay. So that part is easy. We should do it as anyway. So go like that. What Luis does is we do a swear in so we can kind of see, and then I'll give a clap. And that should cover it. Let me come out of live demo mode. Mm-hmm. Here's the beginning of the new take. Aloha creators, you know what it is. Around here, I have a series that I love to do called I Got Questions. Now, what I have been doing in the past is waiting till I get a chance to meet one of my creator buddies when we're in the same space, like at the Ecamm office or at some conference or having a ham and manchego. But unfortunately, busy season, haven't had a chance to bump into L and probably won't see him until Creator Camp. So I wanted to take this opportunity to do that I Got Questions interview with my main man, Luis, right here. And so let's go ahead and bring him on. This is my homie, Luis Vega, a.k.a. Mr. Camera Junkie. Why he paused right there? like I don't know. Like I talk to you every damn day.
How you doing?
How you doing, L?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be a part of this. So let's see what we get into.
All right, so you know how it is. I start the session out always with the same question. Luis, what does it mean to you to be a creator today?
Well, what it means to be a creator for me today is to have the ability to pursue my passions and actually try my best to provide the best life that I can for my son, which is giving me the ability to work from home. That also gives me the ability to spend all my time with him. So he's my main priority. And through content creation today, it gives me the flexibility to be at his beck and call and still be able to make money doing something that I love.
Why you got to bring nephew in right out the gate and try to make me cry when I'm trying to do the damn thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Jerk, you could have saved that for the end.
You asked me why, and he is my purpose.
I
So,
feel you. You know what's so dope about this to me as a person who created this community and then you being one of the first members to join when I decided to do it because we had literally just met a couple days before on the Nick Nimmon stream is that the way our whole community just sort of wraps around nephew and like he's the star of the show and that's a lot to say about you as a creator because you're always so helpful and willing to jump in and kind of help anybody out wherever they're at and I think if he had the ability to absorb that from you the way that we would typically measure these things you'd be right there but I also this is a weird thing to say don't hate me maybe if you didn't have to do it the way you do it maybe you would forget to teach him that. So it's kind of a blessing in
no,
disguise. You know what I mean? Our
yeah,
parents,
that's
they beat it into us. So nowadays you can't do that. So part of it is our upbringing. Like I think we would have some of it, but I think the naturality of the way we do it now has a lot to do with the dad that you decided to become. And the thing that's to me
it's very
about
true.
being a creator and being your coach is that content creation allows you to be the dad you want to be. Like first you made the decision to be that dad, and then content creation is giving you avenues to be that dad. So if you knew somebody else was looking at this and like they kind of want to get in the game, what would be an advice from you for somebody who almost had to do it from a necessity standpoint?
Oh, my advice will always be to just start and do it, whether it's a passion project or it's something that you're looking to make viable. Either way, you have to start with the first step, and you won't ever know until you try. But if it's like my elevator pitch on why I think somebody might want to look into content creation as a viable like means of, a career, so to speak, is that it gives you that flexibility. At least it does for me, right? It gives me the ability to master my time and make the things that are most important to me the priority. Um, there's a lot of different things, and Gary Vee is the one who said it that, like anyone who does this could, make millions or make hundreds of thousands, right? But it depends on what it is that you want to get out of it because there's a lot of people who have 9 to 5 jobs that are very unhappy with their situation and they're doing it because of financial benefit that they get from it. But at the same time, you have a lot of people who work, like bartending or like server jobs in California while they aspire to, land that acting gig. And they'll be doing that for years to supplement their dream.
Well, until
In the
AI takes
content
them out.
creation space, that's a whole
Sorry.
different conversation.
Sorry.
But at the same time, through content creation, you have the ability to like be real, right, and not be replaced by AI, but also create your own path, because that's where I bring Gary Vee is like what's better, making 120,000 a year, being an accountant where you miserable all the time, or making $90,000 a year talking about Star Wars because it's your absolute passion and you can just do it for free all day.
Love that. Love that. Two things happened in that conversation. You mentioned be real, and my brain is going hits from the bong. My music just
Yeah,
pops
I
in my
know.
head. Just pops in my head. But second of all, I think one thing. First of all, Kevin's in the studio audience, and Kevin pointed out, "No, I don't think so, fam. That's just who Luis is as a person," and I agree with that too because I get to see both sides of it. Again, part of that came from the ass whoopings we got as little Puerto Rican childrens. The other part of it comes from just don't be a jerk, bro. Just like be a normal cat. And I think, you definitely that part does shine in you. Now, I did want to think of something, because not think of talk about something because in my position, especially as a coach, I get to hear all the crazy, wild excuses that people come up with for not being able to do X, not having this to do that. And something that I think you kind of have always inspired to the community if they choose to look. Number one, we ain't from means. So this dude would, I was about to use a word we're not supposed to use anymore, will rig a light out of cardboard and a Dollar Tree bulb when he first started his setup. Like legit. It was an old camera that was partially duct taped. No cap. I mean real deal duct tape. It was a light that was put together with foam core and duct tape. And then he upgraded to gaffer's tape because it's video. There's a difference.
Hmm.
And a Costco baker's rack, which I still believe is in the mix right now. Just looks way doper. And just got in the game and started working. And there could have been lots of excuses. It could have been excuses like I would be better if I could go to conferences. But because nephew has needs that doesn't allow Luis to fly, Luis was like, I'm going to jump in the whip and drive 5,100 miles to get to this conference. Explain
Hmm.
your sacrifices and what brought you to the decision that this is a what's the word I'm looking for? No excuses type game. Like this is all or nothing, right? How would you describe that? And then any advice you have for someone when he's like, the excuses can't happen. This is not a thing.
Oh, that's good because I think I know what you're asking, and
I don't know
let
what
me
I'm asking,
explain it
so
this way. But
we're
we talk
friends
enough
enough
that I
that you
know
got
what
it.
you're asking exactly. And what I think about that is it brings me to another quote that, like, because I tend to look up that motivational type of, like Instagram feed that's what you're gonna see all over. But it was a quote from Jim Carrey, actually, right? About his father um doing all the things that would be traditionally right and was still let go because of changing in the company at the end of the day, and they were living out of a van. And his motivation was like, if you can fail at something you don't like, why not go all in on something that you do like? Because the one limiting factor is the passion that drives you. Now, I have my own analogy where I reference, like an apple tree versus an orange tree, right? A natural apple tree can make apples just by waking up, right? Rise and shine, and it would make it. But somewhere along this apple tree's life, he was contracted to make oranges. Now, the reason why was because oranges were on demand, and the apple tree can make oranges, but it requires a lot more effort, and the final product is not as good as a natural orange tree because of the fact that it has to create all that extra effort and it's not natural. So there will always be a breaking point where the higher ups of the orange tree factories would come around and say, hey, the quality of your oranges are not up to par. And the apple tree will just then get frustrated and quit and be like, you know what? Forget your oranges because I'm supposed to be making apples anyway. And I think that that's where we find a lot of ourselves. And I would just recommend everyone to explore a bit and find their apple tree so that they can make things naturally.
Dang, that's good. Wow. What you been drinking? Actually, you don't even drink like that. Like, what the
I
hell?
got this friend, Doc Rock, and we usually hang out a lot and we always throw things at each other.
No, that was fire, bro. That was fire. You inspired Kevin. Kevin is like, this is the perfect time to hear this sauce. I mean, that was incredible. The whole time you're thinking about apple tree, I'm thinking of like something kind of like a elder, and then there's like Mac Minis and iPads and headphones hanging off of that joint. You
You
know I'm
just now
stupid.
threw that into a whole nother analogy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and be like, make an apple tree so that I can put it on this video as B-roll.
And a Samsung tree.
Oh god, that would be a very little shitty tree.
A
Oops,
bush, a
a
bush, a
bush. It'll be
Samsung
a little
bush.
bush, Samsung bush. All right, all right. So let's leave them. Let's leave them with something practical. So two questions, and I'll let
All
you
right.
fix them in. Um, some practical steps for people to just kind of like Taylor Swift, shake it off and get in there. Any practical steps you could think of that's whatever comes to mind, and then lastly, what's next for Mr. Camera Junkie as far as what you're planning on doing and what you would hope as a big dream. Like let's go blue sky with it. Like money no object, you go to town.
Okay, so what was I kind of got stuck on the second
My
question, so
bad.
repeat
See,
the
people
first one
when you
again.
do interviews don't ask two questions. So let me back
Yeah,
up.
'cause
Practical
my
steps for someone who's kind of like
okay.
stuck or thinking about it or still at the starting gate. Like what should they do to get in?
Okay, well, first thing is back to the same thing is actually just start. And you don't have to start on a live platform or even posting it. But there's a lot of people who come to me all the time and want to kind of know the secret, right? Like, how is it that you start a YouTube or a Instagram or a TikTok and start promoting yourself and branding
With
yourself?
one of these.
And the first thing that yeah. Well, the first thing that I always say is start recording yourself, even if you're not posting it, because there's like a built-in stigma that it's a muscle that you yet haven't refined. And you're not used to just being kind of like brave and having the ability to just pop out your phone and start recording to your future audience, right? And just start speaking to your phone or to whichever recording medium that you're using, whichever device, and just start getting that muscle memory of like speaking to it. And I always say start by just creating a vlog for yourself, a video log, just making messages to yourself like, hey, you know what, I was at this store and I wanted to remind myself that there was a really interesting thing and I want to do this later, right? Whatever it is, and get that muscle going. And then the next step would be to actually, edit it down or maybe post something that you already find that is good enough. And that's my main thing that I always say as the go-to point is like, you don't even have to actually start by posting. You have to start by like kind of getting in the gym and doing the reps, even if nobody's seeing it, right? Even if you're not posting any results, because of the simple fact that you need to work out that muscle.
Dude, I love that because one of the things that's really important, and for me, right, I always said I could make content all day, every day, but me living here and so many people knowing me, I do still sometimes have a hard time shooting content in public because everybody knows me and it's different. When you're somewhere where nobody knows you, like it's a big thing. Me, people got something to say, right? So I normally like used to hide from that, but I realized I have to do it more. Crazy enough, you get the best ideas when you out and about. So if nothing else, even if you don't drop that short, stand in the aisle in Safeway, Piggly Wiggly, Winn Dixie, whatever you got, Ralph's, Kroger. I just want to make sure I covered all the Safeway brands. There's one more that begins with an A that's escaping me right now. Anyway, just do it in the aisle. Stand in the aisle and just do it. And when you go back, you can refine it, or you might just say, you know what? I don't really need to do that, but it's just something that will come to your brain and then you'll be good. Albertsons. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin came through with the Albertsons. I was almost there. Okay, so the last question on the way out the door. What's next for Mr. Camera Junkie and Blue Sky Thinking? If you could have it any way you want it, what would it be?
Well, the thing that I'm working on right now is my new project, which is my Rig Junkie camera rigs. So I've gotten into the world of 3D printing, and of course, with my background in photography and video, those worlds just Venn diagrammed perfectly in my mind. And I've now started to create rigs for Sony cameras, but I've also been requested already for a variety of different brands. So I'm having a lot of fun doing that. And the big picture in the sky, so to speak, the blue sky picture is that really starts taking off, and Rig Junkie will then just be as,
Keep going. Keep going.
viable and the same, well, how could I say, be just as viable of brand as my Mr. Camera Junkie, so that they work hand in hand together, that one kind of braids into the other, so that if even if you're interested or found me through the internet, you could then, supplement through the rig junkie side and vice versa.
There you go. That was dope. People who watching the home version, I had my ZV-E10 finally gave it the ghost. I'm using my ZV-E1. It doesn't know how to like stay alive during these type of streams. When you put two of us talking, it's going to time out. Anyway, that my friends is my homie Mr. Camera Junkie. Let's get a clean cut. That, my friends, is my homie Mr. Camera Junkie. That my season is my session of I Got Questions. L, how can they find you if they need to get a hold of you in these streets?
Well, if you want to find me online, you could always find me on YouTube, whether on my own channel or somebody's live stream, because I'm also a live stream junkie. But also, you can visit me at mrcamerajunkie.com. That way, you can find my store. You can get links to my Instagram, YouTube, and also the Rig Junkie merch and, 3D printed camera rigs that I'm making. It's all found there at mrcamerajunkie.com.
There you go. There you go. Family, listen up. Listen up close. Hold on, let me fix that. Family, listen up close. This is my series. I Got Questions. And you know what I say right here? I don't know who needed to see this, but if it was you, let me know in the comments section below. If you were down to get interviewed on my I Got Questions series, you know the first question. You have no idea what the rest of them are going to be. Let me know in the comment section below, and we'll reach out and we'll get that done. Right about now, the algorithms are going to show you another video they think you should watch. And I agree with him. And let me come back here real quick. All right, gang. So what I'm going to do is go back into live demo mode, and I'm going to end this recording. All right.
I wasn't able to see the chat until now. So what's up, Yolanda?
All right. I'm going to put all recording back again. Hello, yo. What is cracking? So the cool thing about the way that I'm doing the ISOs and Ecamm is that even the part where my camera quit and just turned off, Luis still going, I could just switch that shot to where Luis is and you won't even see it. So that's why I didn't panic. I didn't sweat. Just keep going. If you do it in your regular stream, just cover it with B-roll, fam. Luis was talking about things that are easily B-rollable, right? So I can go get footage from his website. I can go get footage from his Instagram, his Twitter, whatever, throw up a biopic. I could do all myriad things to cover up that part where my camera just ate it. So now what I know though is I'm gonna have to switch this camera and put back another camera because this sumbitch did not like what it did. And
Well, was it overheating?
I don't even think so because it turned right back on. Normally, if it overheats, it doesn't want to come right back on. It needs time to cool down, right? It's just something that it does. It's weird. Speaking of overheating, though, which is your favorite fan, Ulanzi or Small Rig or Tilted? I'm gonna try one. I have the little Ulanzi one. It didn't seem to do much, so but then know they came out with a new one.
Not. It's
What?
not. Well, I the one that I got and I'm using is actually none of those. Now,
Okay.
I've been using a generic 50 millimeter fan. I can show you.
Oh yeah,
'Cause there's
computer
a
fan.
couple of different. No, they're these little boxes. So you see this one
Oh, that's the
is
same
kind
as
of
the
like the
Small
same
Rig.
box as this one.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, I
These
mean the
are
picture. The picture looks like the Small Rig just slapped their
oh,
name on it.
let me show you because I should have one. Here,
Uh,
okay.
so what I'm gonna do, people,
And
is go
these
find my folder. Go ahead.
check this out. This thing right here, right? This little fan,
Yep.
as you can see, has this metal plate, and this is like an air conditioning unit. Because if I were to plug it in and turn it on, you will actually start getting like beating on this side because it uses magnets instead of freon to create the same effect as an air conditioning unit, and it actually does this conversion where it reverts and makes this plate cold. And I'm talking about
We're
right
live, by
now,
the way.
like
Custom?
like
Oh, even
I
better.
get it
Hold
down
on,
to
let me
like
cut
50
that.
degrees Fahrenheit, like this metal plate. So any heat that could be generated from the camera will stick onto here, and this
Do
will
you want to swear in?
dissipate it.
Let me fix that.
I can hear you playing the video.
Yeah. I'm just making sure we got to the end.
So that this little thing is what I've been using. They're just generic little 50 millimeter fans, and for my money, this has been the best one. Now, the one that I think of the brands that you mentioned is the small rig,
Small rig is
but the
exactly that,
new
dude.
one, the new one.
Yeah, it's exactly
No,
that.
no, no. I'm
Like the
sorry.
buttons are in the same
Ulanzi.
position, dog. Oh yeah, Ulanzi new one has an extra battery.
Exactly, has the extra battery, but it's using the same technology now. Because instead of like the previous one where it was just a fan, like passively throwing wind on the outside of it, these are actually dissipating the heat. It's very interesting.
Yeah, small
But I
rig
got all
be
of these
lying
for
in
my
these
rig
streets.
junkies.
Here, look at this. Small rig be lying in these streets. Look at this. It's exactly the same as yours.
Yeah,
the
that's the
button,
same thing.
the button is not red, and yours is probably cheaper
Yeah,
because small rig want like what they want. They want
all they
50,
did was
50
change the
volts.
CNC
Yeah,
cutout of the fan.
yeah, that's easy.
That's it.
Yeah.
It is exactly the same thing. So
And how
if
much
you
was
get
that
that
one?
one,
Because this one was like 50.
that's what I'm saying. These are now going from like $30 to $36.
Same. I'll just get one of those. Anyway,
If
let
you
me show
want, I
you.
could sell you a sticker that says small rig.
I don't give a damn, dude. It's
You know
gonna
what I'm
be
saying?
hiding behind the wall back here. All right, so let me show you guys what I'm gonna do here. So I got my audio. This is the main
Do you want
joint,
to swear in?
right? This is everything. This is
Do you want to
Luis's
swear in?
cutaway, and this is also my cutaway. Broadcast, right? They're all the same. Okay. So what I could do is go and pop open a DaVinci project, the DaVinci Resolve project, and if my camera decides to eat it again, it won't matter much. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna just start a new project, right? And then we're gonna call this I Got Questions, Mr. Junkie. All right, there you go. We're gonna call it that. All right, and then we're gonna say create. I'm gonna click on the sponsor gear down here on the bottom and make sure that we got what we got. I'm gonna leave it at 1080 just so I can move fast. Everything else is everything. I believe I shot this at 30 frames. Let me put this on 30 frames so I don't have to do nothing. 1080 30, okay.
Do you want me to blip?
I don't really care. I don't think I need it because everything is fine.
Okay.
Right? So Luis had asked a question about blipping because he also recorded on his side, and if we needed it, I can get it. But I think we're safe with what we got. So the thing that's cool about this is in DaVinci, all you gotta do is go to the master joint here, right? And I can add clips into the media pool, but I'm gonna start at media pool. And my camera did just go to sleep again, a piece of crap. I'm gonna leave it off for now. Y'all don't need to see my face. How low can you go? And right here in the favorite section, I've actually added Ecamm Live recordings as a favorite destination. She's giving fascinations. Go like this. And then if I flip the trip, do I want to sort by? I want to sort by the day I made it. So day created. Boom. Friday, July. That's the one. That should be the right one. Okay. So if I open this, there's my files, right? Everything is everything. So in theory, I could take my main camera, I could take Mr. Luis' camera, and then I could take my camera, right? So I want the main footage. Oh, here it is, Doc Rock. And then I want Mr. Camera Junkie's cameras, my cameras, okay? So I'm not even gonna muck with the audio because I think the audio is fine. I'll just take it off here. So I want this camera, this camera. Hold down the command key, not the shift key. I'm gonna take these and add them to the bin. Boom, these are all added to the media pool. Now, what I can do is select these here joints, right click upon the, and create a multicam clip using the selected clips. Okay, the ISO recording, it said that error popped up is because my camera is high right now, but we're not going to sweat it. All right, actually, I'm going to do something more saucy than that. 2 seconds. I'm going to blame
Hi,
Paul.
Caleb.
How you doing, C-Lab? I'm gonna blame Paul to the end of time because we was in Massachusetts and I was clowning Paul. My camera gave up the ghost. Dude, I'm telling you, that dude was in his house in the bay having a little seance. Be like, camera, mess Doc up. Camera, mess Doc up. There we go. That is the worst looking Insta360 look, but can't call it. We're gonna leave it there. Yeah, that works. I don't care. Let's go back to Resolve. Okay, so I'm gonna call this IGQ. I got questions. MCJ. This is the name of this multi-clip, 30 frames per second. And I want to sync it based on time code. I could also say based on sound because we know that the audio matches, right? It doesn't really matter. They don't have real time code on them, but they're the exact same time, right? Because they're the way Ecamm records. So I'm gonna leave it at 30 frames per second. And then I don't want to move I'll move the clips to the original bin and then say create. All right, so now I have this guy. I can right click upon that and say create a timeline using the selected clips, right? Boom, so got a new timeline. GQ, Mr. I be wanting to put a space in there, deal with it. I can change my numbers of video tracks. Like this kind of doesn't matter because I can always do it in flight, but let's say 2. And then audio track's going to be 2 in case I want to add something else. All right. And then we'll just go ahead. If I wanted to check my project settings, you uncheck this. And you want to come to format, 1920, 1080. Everything is good. Gangster, hit create. All right. So now we got a new timeline. If I double click the timeline, boom, we are in the cut it page. Okay. And then the problem with this cut page, though, is it picked Luis's audio as the main audio. And we not want that, all right? So we're gonna double click this to put it in the viewer. And technically I need angle 3 as the main audio, right? Yeah, that's the one we want. So let's switch this guy to multicam. And we are cutting. We're cutting audio track. There we go. This should be right. Now, I'm going to go and put it back. Where's the multi-clip? There we go. We're going to leave angle 3 as the master audio. All right, so we can embiggen this. And then move the timeline upon the... Actually, honestly, it's probably better to cut this in it's actually better to cut this in the cut window, just how it works, but it's completely up to you how you do this, right? If I go to open that, boom. I'll tell you why it's better to cut this in the cut window for this type of show. Let me find the intro. There's my thing. All right. The reason why it's faster to cut this in the cut window is I can make quick decisions and I can adjust later. All right. So I'm just going to blade that, delete this. Aloha creators, you know what it is. Around here, I have a series that I love to do called I Got Questions. Now, what I have been doing in the past
can make apples just by waking up, right? Rise and
is waiting till I get a chance to meet one of my creator buddies when we're in the same space, like at Ecamm office or at some conference or having a hand in my Chago. But unfortunately, busy season, haven't had a chance to bump into L and probably won't see him until Creator Camp. So I wanted to take this opportunity to do that I Got Questions interview with my main man, Luis, right here. And so let's go ahead and bring him on. This is my homie, Luis Vega, a.k.a. Mr. Camera Junkie. Why he pause right there? like I don't know. Like I talk to you every damn day. How you doing? How you doing? All right, so now I'm just sort of moving through. And if I wanted to cut, when Luis is talking, if I wanted to cut away to his section, all I need to do is come over here and then pick a different angle, and I'll show you sort of how to put that in just a split second. I could also look at my original clips, and I could sync them this way, right? So I can highlight them and then do a sync, and then pull the auto sync, which is just going to line the clips up, right? And I'll do it off of audio and then hit save the sync. So now the clips will stay synced together anyway, and then that will work. In the edit page, what you're going to do is cut different angles away whenever you're ready, right? So let's play. Same question. Luis, what does it mean to you to be a creator today? He's just about to open the face, and then all I need to do is click this, put it on the razor blade mode, and then click his face, and then that would be on. Let me put this in multicam. And then now we switch to him. But what I don't want the audio to switch, so let me undo that real quick. I want to change it so that it's only switching video and not the audio. My brain just totally forgot how to do this. Click on this guy, and then I just did this the other day when I did my multicam clip. Why does my brain like to forget? Bing, 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 bing. My brother just told me this like yesterday. And I totally forgot. Hold on. Oh, I know what I want to do. I can lock this track. I think that works. If I lock this track, then that'll do it. Now I can click on Luis's face with the razor blade. Select there. And then, no, don't do that. So, why are you doing that? Go to source and then blade. No, I did it the first time and then I just messed myself up. I guess I could drag this part down. Oh God, when you're spoiled for knowing how to do it in the other app. Because what's happening is this shouldn't change to the arrow. It should stay as a blade. And for some reason, it's changing to the arrow. All right, let me turn this back on and see if that fixes it. This is a replace icon, and it should be a blade icon. Oh, I know why. I know why. We got to do this. That's the media sync. And I might be in the wrong bin. I need this clip up. There you go. And then if I hit the blade, that switches to angle 1. No. Undo that. I have angle 1 selected. I can't believe I forgot how to do this. I mean, I could do that, but I only want the video. All right, we'll do it this way. We're just going to cheat until I figure this out. So let's try.
Well, what?
Nope, that didn't work either. Okay, brain fart. Let me check and see what you guys say in case somebody remembers. It's a blade right now, okay. Kevin's gonna jump in. Caleb is teasing us. Oh my God, this was supposed to be mad easy, and I totally forgot what the heck I was doing. How crazy is that?
Well, what?
Let me do this again. So
That usually happens after our conversations, Doc.
right, it's so crazy because I did
We
it.
rarely remember how they even started.
Well, one of the things that we can do is click on here and do match frame, right? And that should put this guy in the right position. All right. So then if I click on this guy and play it.
They're at MrCameraJunkie.com.
No, why are you still at the end?
That I can for my son, which is giving me the ability to work for.
But in theory, when I hit this, then I select that. Nope. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Oh my God. Why is he stupid? It's going to come to me in a second, and then I'm going to be mad at myself. So here's what we do. We're going to cheat. And go down here and make sure we did it. Too much laughing about peppered nuts. Exactly. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over to this dude, right? We're gonna go to the browser, and then we go to click on this idiot right here, and then there. Welcome to DaVinci Resolve. And look for, instead of source, I want to set it to multicam. Yeah. So now it's in multicam mode. All right. So I know when I made this little party here that my talking exists a little bit differently. Let's use see if the shifting works. Yes, I can embiggen my angles that way. That works. Let's put the cursor here and listen. All right. As we tried to do this. All right, that's not right. As you know on this channel. There you go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Creators. There you go. So we're about right here where I want to start. Okay. So I want to start here on angle 1. Let me shift this back down just a little bit so we at least get it all to fit. I want to start here on angle 1. All I'm going to do is put my razor blade in position and go ahead and click on angle 1 to make that first cut. There is one thing that I forgot to mention. I think he's stupid. He bad stupid. He is bad stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what I was doing wrong. Come on. Let's see if I did it right. All right, so let's put Mr. Camera Junkie back and then play where we are.
That I'm making, it's all.
Let's back this up a little bit.
3D print.
How do we get all the way the heck down there? Day. Luis, what does it mean to you to be a creator today? Wait for him to talk. Put it on the razor blade. Click on Luis's face. That's what I did. But why is it turning into this thing and not the other thing? That's the part that's messing with me.
Are you in the multicam right now?
Yeah.
No, the option on the timeline that it was like, make sure that it's on multicam. We were just watching.
Well then. Shut up, Luis.
There you go.
You hella silly. There you go. But the thing is, we did that at first, but what we was trying to do is make it so that it doesn't change the track. Let me lock that and see if it still works. No. See,
So
that's the
as soon
part.
as you lock the track, you're locking
That's
it.
the part that's killing me. So now I probably said it in the next thing because I don't want it to mess with the audio. I only wanted to change the video. And I thought here
Then
it was something that I did here, if I remember correctly. Nope. Nope. Oh, I got it. Here it is right here. So here you go, people. Here's where we were stuck. You want to switch this. So this is video, audio and video, just audio. You got to switch this. This is what I was screwing up. Okay, let's do this again.
okay.
Now when we come up here and click on Luis's face, bingo.
Well, what it means to be a creator for me today is to have the ability to pursue my passions and actually try my best to provide the best life that I can for my son, which is giving me the ability to work from home. That also gives me the ability to spend all my time with him. So he's my main priority. And through content creation today, it gives me the flexibility to be at his beck and call and still be able to make money doing something that I love.
All right, cool. So now I can click back on the double, right? And then move the damn cursor. Let's go to this zoom because then it's easier to see. Why you got to bring nephew in right out the gate and try to make me cry when I'm trying to do the damn thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Jerk, you could have saved that for the end.
You asked me why, and he is my purpose.
I
So
feel you. You know what's so dope about this to me? Okay, let's go here. Back it up just a split, and then click me as a person who created this community, and then you being one of the first members to join when I decided to do it because we
Is that with our community, there's a rap out there, and he's Arjo, and that's a lot about you as a leader, because you're always a and know how that, and I think if you was around you, maybe you believe in, you do it. But also, this is what I mean, maybe if you have to do it, maybe you get that. So it's over.
you know what I mean? Our parents, they beat it into us. So
It's
jump in and, you know, kind of help anybody out wherever they're at. And I think if he had the ability to absorb that from you the way that, you know, we would typically measure these things, you'd be right there. Okay, boom, switch back to us. But I also, this is a weird thing to say, don't hate me. Maybe if you didn't have to do it the way you do it, maybe you would forget to teach him that. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? Our parents, they beat it into us. So nowadays you can't do that. So part of it is our upbringing. Like I think we would have some of it, but I think the naturality of the way we do it now has a lot to do with the dad that you decided to become. And the thing that's to me about being a creator and being your coach is that content creation allows you to be the dad you want to be. Like first you made the decision to be that dad, and then content creation is giving you avenues to be that dad. So if you knew somebody else was looking at this and like they kind of want to get in the game, what would be an advice from you for somebody who almost had to do it from a necessity standpoint?
My advice will always be to just start and do it.
Right. So just so you know, like I can click on this guy, select this here, and adjust this to get it like more on the point. But I think it's in a good spot right there as well. So you don't have to like overthink it. But if you hit it wrong, you can just hit here, move this guy back and forth all you want. So I'm just going for the air gap in between, right? And then if you hit the slash key underneath the question mark,
Oh,
you see what I mean? Then it'll play that. It'll play that back. It'll play that back. Let me check on you folks. All right, let's see. Charlie Brown teacher vibes. What did Caleb say? In the video you just showed, you duplicated the master audio. No, I didn't want to do that because the Ecamm audio is fine. So I think when I did that first one, I wasn't. Oh, we were in Kit Studios, right? And the way they did the audio was different. Whereas, don't follow me, stupid. Stay still. Insta 360, chill out. I'ma sue you like GoPro. He dirty. Yes, because in Kid Studios, the audio came up in a different track, so I had to do it that way. But with Ecamm, this is why, like, you don't need an A10 mini. We just record it better. It just comes out better if you record it the way Ecamm recorded, so that does work. But I wanted to show you guys again, like, how this flows. Let me chop this up faster now that we in the flow. Again, throw questions in. Luis, if you see a question, just stop me, because then I can get out of here quickly before my camera dies.
My advice will always be to start and do it.
What I'm doing to get it to play faster, just hit an L multiple times. Not in the Wii, but the button on the keyboard.
First step. And you hitting me is not gonna make me go faster.
It'll make the person who hit you run faster.
Oh, Doc, right now you're only showing us.
Yeah, I just realized that right now. I didn't see the red button. Sorry,
but.
So I said something stupid. Let me see, what did I say that was stupid?
Situation, and they're doing it because of financial benefit that they get from it. But at the same time, you have a lot of people who work, like bartending or like server jobs in California while they aspire to, land that acting gig, and they'll be doing that for years to supplement their dream.
Okay, well, let me fix this. Hit the Quan right here.
Your dream.
Well, until AI
in the content
takes them
creation space.
So stupid.
That's a whole
Sorry.
different conversation.
Sorry.
But
Let's switch it back to Luis.
at the same time,
Now, and again, primarily the way Ecamm does this thing, like we don't have to actually switch in the edit. We could just let it be. Man, Insta360, you need to stop, bro. You're like it's messing with me because it's like dreamy. Watch me float all around Doc's office. It's so stupid. In theory, like Ecamm could just be, and yeah, you could sit there and Ecamm and switch scenes and whatever, but in a way, it's safer to do it this way because you can slide back. If you switch a scene
Mhm.
out of place while you're live and trying to listen to the guest and trying to follow the audience, you're liable to mess around and just miss something key. So the dope part about this is that just let Ecamm do the ISOs, drop him in DaVinci, make a multicam clip, get your razor blade A out, and then go to town. Right? If you make mental notes with a pencil while you're doing it, so you know like where the good chop points are, gangster. And again, you don't have to switch away a lot. But if you notice on the interview, right? So we're doing this and Luis is answering. If you notice on the interview, like I'm doing this because I'm looking at a comment or I'm writing a note, this is a weird look on a podcast interview. Switch to the, don't say the bad words on the stream. Switch to the other
the
person.
guest.
Switch to the guest full screen. And like if in the middle of the podcast, you like, oh God, hold up. And you be like, just switch to the other dude full screen. Like, get your finger out your nose. So, yes, it's a little bit of extra work, but it's not a lot. Man, let me open Insta360. I have this thing about to make me punch it in the goddamn. Don't use these words on the stream. Your man's is looting it. Also, yes, I was going to say, did you see that? I just opened the app and it just did something crazy. All right, let me do this. Let me come over here. Stupid thing. You stupid thing. I believe in miracles. Don't do that. Don't do that. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Why are you laughing, Luis? What are you laughing for?
Because of your Tourette's here, bro. Like
Where did
you
it
don't
come
realize
from,
this, but
baby?
hanging out with you, it's rubbed off on me. Like I have been infected one way or another.
with the Tourette's?
Yeah. While I'm watching your stream, you say things, and I already know which song is already playing in the background before you even mention it. And that's when I realized I was like, "Oh my God, I'm infected!" Like,
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing. Dang, this thing make your boy look like he got jaundice. First of all, my camera is here. Let's get to 56. That's crazy. All right, stop
Excuse me.
tweaking on this. You're trying to edit videos, man. Stop messing around. Why my brother came over here, Kevin? Did you see him? Oh, what I heard is dust. June, why? Why you gotta bring up old stuff? Oh my God. Doc, have you thought I like this sound. Paul don't like this sound, but me, I like the sound. David, I've been purposely not using the speed editor because for this beginner session, I don't want people thinking that like you can't use DaVinci unless you drop 4 pillies on the keyboard. So I just wanted to give like airy people I didn't want people to have an excuse as to why they can't do this. Let's put it that way. But trust me, when I seen my man's bust out the speed editor on the iPad, and I'm like, yo, this and my iPad in my suitcase when I be in the street, shit. Cut.
Wait, so you can just USB-C it to the
Bluetooth it.
iPad?
Bluetooth it.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh. You can Bluetooth this from the gun to the iPad. And the thing that's dope about DaVinci upon the iPad, upon the rhythm, upon the banks, it it's not much different from the real deal Holyfield. So I'm like, son, I can edit while I'm
Yeah,
watching
that
Manchester
would make a
United tomorrow.
difference.
Thank you. I kind of want the keyboard, but the keyboard is big, and Hawaii we got small desks. So I'm gonna look for a different keyboard. Boom. That and FAFO in the same stream. Sorry. You could always put your video sponsored by Kleenex overlay. Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Wait. Yeah, I just got that out of my head, right, Kevin? Thank you. If you can sneak up behind Luis, that would be dope. June, you gotta send messages to Aiden to tell him how to do it. So Aiden just pop up in the stream and be like, Dad, what
You know what?
doing?
You know what? Let me write that down. I should have an Aiden pop up.
Dude, that would
Just
be
like-
just funny. Just pop up and be like, so when you hear like when we hear the noise or whatever, rather you just trying to fix it, just put like audio sponsored by Aiden Vega.
Aiden.
I'm gonna go back
Live
to
Foley brought to you
Live
from
Foley
Aiden.
brought to you by Aiden Sound Effects Limited. Ding ding ding. Hello, Ginger. Oh my God! The amount of times I'm in my thing, I'm thinking about something, I'm minding my business, and Aiden be like, "Boom, hello, Pepper, hello, Ginger." I'm like, Aiden, turn that damn thing
But
off. And
Right
once he
now,
fi-
right now, my mind went to by Aiden
yeah, once he
instead
realized
of
that
by
thing get
Menon.
on my nerves, oh, he just sitting right next to T.O. Boom, hello, Pickle, hello, Ginger, boom, hello, Picker, hello, Aiden. Cut that out. Nope. He just look at you like this.
Oh.
Player, what you gonna do? Player, what you gonna
He
do?
finally finished breaking that one, so that no longer is around. But he's got all the rest. I've
Oh my
contemplated of buying it again to replace it, but then I thought better.
Right?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. First of all, you're my
Mental
brother.
sanity's
You
sake.
can say that. And yes, I don't know. Insta360 does not know how to white balance at all. My Ozbots are still packed from the trip, so I haven't pulled them back out yet. My E1 June refuses to stay on. And yesterday, while I was doing something, my ZV-E10 got stuck into that stupid shutter mode. Where's it at? I'm so mad at you, piece of shizen.
Are you gonna end up fixing it, Doc?
Here's the thought. I heard that the repair is about 400.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't think it's worth it
I
if
don't
it's
think it's
possible
worth
that
it.
it could happen again.
yeah, I don't think it's worth 400.
Because you can get a newer version. You understand? Like anything different, even if it's APS-C, and invest in the newer models.
Yeah.
And I think your money will be better spent.
Listen, June. That's what it does. I was if it can't work, I was like, June or Luis will take it apart, or Mary Lou.
You know what I just thought? It would be interesting if we could remove the shutter altogether and put it back together without the shutter to see if it will even turn on. Because
Well, it's just a stupid curtain, and the curtain is useless.
That's what I'm saying. If maybe we could just turn it on in video mode and then it just be like a dedicated studio camera instead of just throwing
So
it away.
That's the one problem with this camera. The video mode, you only can do it electronically. There's no switch.
Yeah, the thing that I'm thinking is, hypothetically, which I don't see why it would work, but let's just say if it goes to do the turning on procedure and once it finds the shutter damaged is when it shuts down. If we remove the shutter altogether and it could bypass that and just get into the standard camera mode and just turn on,
I tell you what Topher told me to do.
then what do you say?
What I just did. Wait, this my table is wood. Don't do that.
To bang it?
Asshole. Calling in names don't work neither. Yep. I'm gonna take it apart. But yeah, at this point, I mean, I have my Fujis, I have a Canon. I try to use my E1, which I like because it's just dope. My everything is set up for the Sony, and yet this one just don't want to stay on. So this one is great for shooting, but it doesn't like streaming for God knows what reason. I will try to do.
I think.
I will try to do USB out to see if that works.
Yeah, but no, it's not because I tried that already. I have one here that's damaged in the same way. It's Al from Creator Camp.
Oh, Jennings,
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah, Jennings. Ran a blank on his last name. I think your best bet is to just get yourself one of these fans.
Yeah,
Under
I'll try.
$50, throw that on the ZVE one, and I don't think you'll have a problem.
So you get the Ulanzi fan didn't work at all.
If it doesn't have like the plate, like to remove the heat, which is the new style of these fans, then it's not gonna make a huge difference.
I thought it was here in the fast drawer.
Here, look, I could even show you because my original Ulanzi fan, when I was having the overheating issues, I even bought this.
Oh, the little
This is
plate.
a full copper heat sink.
Yep.
And it's in the exact size that fits on the camera, but underneath that Ulanzi fan. And even with this, the camera still overheated. Trying to get as much of the heat off of it passively.
Yeah, because Ulanzi
And-
has too much a gap in there.
Yeah, so this little heat sink right here fits in that space. See, so I actually like attached this to the back of the camera. But what sucks about this is that once this is stuck on the back of your camera, you can no longer close your LCD because this is in place of it.
There's that. Hello.
Get one of these.
Is it me you're
Come on, that's
looking
not enough.
for? I can see it in your eyes. I can
You know that
see
has
it
zero
in your
effect,
mouth.
right?
What? It does. It works.
It does not.
Hello.
It is way too small.
Louise. I want the knife. Please.
All we hear is a fan buzzing with your voice. That's it. Like there's no chopping of the sound waves. Trust me. You know, that goes to show you, like, I knew exactly what you were doing. You do that to like these like Gen Z kids, they have no idea what you're
clue.
talking
They
about.
have no
And they don't know
clue.
that we spent mornings
Bro,
mornings in front of the
yo,
fan going
thank you.
like power. Just saying every random word to a fan.
Dude, you know what I used to say in the fan? I've got the power. Oh, by the power
Yeah.
of Grayskull.
I used to do the what was it? The Thundercats. Ho! You know, like, oh my God, bro, I'm crying right now.
God.
Because the thing that we spent so much time in front of a fan just cooling ourselves because of the heat, and yet we found the entertainment in the blades. It's
God.
hilarious.
Oh my God. Yo, the way we discovered spraying water through the back of the fan would make it cool until something went and my grandpa was like, what the fuck y'all kids doing? Nothing. He come in later. Damn, it's hotter than the witch's left titty here. Why come the fan ain't on? Eddie broke it. I can still feel the ass whooping. It's starting to hurt right now. We were like with the water, psh, 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 and then something said, psh, psh, psh. I was like, uh-oh, Raggy. And the metal joints where you stick your hand in there and it like mess your knuckles up, the metal joints, like the black metal joints that go like this. Yo, man, I'm supposed to be
we
editing this
survived
video.
other things. Like a house fan used to be made of all metal. The
Danger.
Blades were metal.
Danger Will Robinson type shit. Dude, let me finish
Yo,
this
for
edit
real.
so I can go eat lunch playing with you. Damn it.
But you know what? I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna go visit my dad. I got
Okay.
some stuff that I'm gonna go take him, and this way it will let you edit. Everyone in the
Thank you.
chat, it was fun. David, Kevin, we
Thank
got
you.
Caleb.
I don't know how I'm going to cut. I'm going to
June.
have to cut the part where I was editing it and edit it in the edit later. The main thing is that we got it filmed. So for the rest of the edit, people, you'll see it in the video tonight because I'm going to go eat lunch.
Yep.
But at least I know how to do the multi-clip damn shit again. It will make way more sense.
You know what I just realized?
What?
That you making those videos is just giving you an archive so that you can go back to remind yourself exactly how to do whatever it is that you've done.
Facts. I'm
Because
building
you
my
just did
own
that.
manual, son. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because the manual that's built into DaVinci is trash. Like, I got to give them one thing that they suck on. Tooltips don't work on every button. The AI, the interface is not Apple interface. That's the difference, right? Because David asked a question about FCP versus DaVinci. DaVinci is fine. Like, it's really dope, and it does do some things. It renders fast as hell. Like, Premiere sucks. In rendering race, FCP is always going to be first because it's Apple's Putinanny. Like, it's theirs. Who's Putin? Mine. So, that was kind of messed up. DaVinci is right up in there because their team is just really good at compression of video because they actually make cameras. This is where the unfairness, if you want to be like, oh, this is so unfair, how come you guys get to do this? Apple makes the Macs. So they have the benefit of knowing how to render computer hardware ready. DaVinci makes cameras and they make recording devices. So they know how to do the compression for the video flawlessly. They have something called Blackmagic Raw. There is nothing called Premiere Raw.
Good.
This June, God damn it. So the reason why Final Cut and DaVinci will always outrender Premiere is they both make hardware so they know what the frick they're doing. This dude just came to steal the broken camera. Don't you got to be at work? I'm going to call your boss. Excuse me? Bank president, this motherfucker taking a break right now.
This is how quickly we can get into a whole nother conversation and why we don't remember what we just said. Like, what were we talking about? Like,
what you talking about, Willis? Anyway, guys, I will see you guys on the stream tomorrow. We'll pick this back up. Thank y'all for coming through. I got to stop my brother from stealing shit from my office. Okay. I love you, fam. Be good. Thanks, L.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down.